riding on the city of New Orleans. Illinois Central, Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders. 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out at Kankakee and rolls along past houses, farms, and fields, passing trains that have no name, and freight yards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are ya? Said, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing card games with the old man in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle, and feel the wheels rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers write their fathers' magic carpets made of steel. And mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are ya? Said, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, and we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness, rolling down to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his songs again. The passengers will please refrain. This train got to disappear in railroad blues. Good night, America, how are ya? Said, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Howdy, rail fans, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Railfan Landon podcast. My name is Lance Doma, and as usual, I'm here with
Railfan Landon.
Landon. We are in our 3rd episode. Our first 2, we covered a couple of your personal favorites. On to topic number 3 today. Another one of your favorites, I assume, yes?
Yes.
And we are talking about none other than Marquette Rail. Marquette Rail. History on it, what do you got for us, Landon?
It was originally owned by the Pure Marquette, Railroad.
Where's Pierre Marquette out of?
It was covered most of Michigan lines, like all of Michigan pretty much.
All of Michigan, okay.
From Detroit down to, pretty much from Detroit beyond.
Does
Holland.
does that continue today, or is that kind of an era that's gone by?
That's the era that's gone by.
When did that end? Do you know, but roughly?
Like 19... Had to have been like 1920.
Oh,
so right at the
very
Depression.
long time ago. Okay.
Yes.
I'm guessing any of your fans out there who are quite knowledgeable will comment below if we're incorrect on any of those dates. But all right. So Marquette Rail, around today, yes?
Yes.
And where's that out of, and what does it do? Tell me a little more about
It
it.
starts. So they go to Grand Rapids, interchange with them with CXX, as we talked about in the previous episode.
Oh yeah.
And Marquette Rail goes from Grand Rapids to Legend, Manistee, and interchanges, like I said, with CXX. And the line used to go up to Big Rapids. That's since a biking trail now.
Okay.
Been abandoned since like 1980. So.
Yeah, it seems to be a common path for a lot of old rails. They
Yeah.
get bought out probably by the state, I assume.
Yeah.
And then turned over into recreation bike paths.
Yeah.
I know I once lived in a small town in Wisconsin where there was a bike path that fit that exact billing. A really fun path for me as a runner at that point to run on. Had some nice tunnels, really beautiful scenery as it went, through lakes and such. So I assume Marquette Rail has some pretty picturesque runs as well. Yes.
Yes. And winter is very beautiful because it goes right through the woods
Okay.
of, like, for example, Woodland Park, pretty much from Newaygo all the way up to Baldwin and Weddington and Manistee. Pretty beautiful area.
So Marquette Rail is fairly new, I guess we could say, right? My understanding is 2005 was kind of its birth. Is that the right way of saying it?
That's when it started, yes. Okay. It started by a separate company that got bought out by several other companies throughout the past couple of years.
Okay.
For like 1 year, Rail America owned it, and then Rail America all got bought out by, Genesee, Wyoming.
So a lot of taking over ownership and changing hands for a while.
Yep.
130 miles. Yeah.
Yep.
Last purchased from your favorite, correct? CSX? Is
yes.
that correct? Okay. Great. Headquarters are in?
Manistee and Weddington.
Okay.
But a mechanic shop is in Manistee where they paint the locomotives and take care of them.
Does that shop service other trains, or is that just theirs? Do you know?
That's just theirs. But in Weddington, they have recently reopened a maintenance away building where they built maintenance away for Harrisco. The company is called Harrisco.
Mm-hmm.
And they just reopened last year.
Okay. That's growth, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of people know Ludington more for maybe tourism.
Yep.
They have the ferry line that runs across Lake Michigan there, so it's something of a transportation hub, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Are there other aspects of Marquette Rail that I should know about, I guess? Can I see that near me? Are there tracks near us in West Michigan that I could go see it? Or is that something?
The closest is probably Grand Rapids, is where it starts.
Oh, all right.
So kind of towards Ann Street.
Nice.
A.K.A. Turner Street, which is now Turner Street, is just the connection between CXX and Interchange, and then the Marquette Rail.
Great. How many times have you been able to go and see some of the Marquette Rail running?
Yes. I've been able to see and meet a lot of nice people that run the line. And some of them have worked for CXX and retired from them and started running the short line for for Marquette Rail, and I know that, what's the word, that they are working on fixing the lease problem, because the lease expires as of January or February, so they only run like midnight now,
Oh, wow.
because
I'm not
just
going.
for the 1 month in the month of February.
Well, midnight in February, I'm sorry to say this, count me out.
Yeah.
Have you posted any videos of the Marquette Rail?
Yes, I post quite a few
Okay.
throughout the past couple of years. I have a cabin that's unfortunately for sale now, but I have a log cabin up in Bitely.
Yes. There's a free advertisement for your family on the cabin. Yeah,
Yep.
so that's Marquette that runs by their cabin. Yeah?
Yeah,
Great.
the lake is right across the lake is train tracks.
Right. So for your Railfan listeners in this case, go ahead and search Railfan Landon's YouTube channel. Find those great Marquette Rail videos of the past, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, folks, thanks for joining us today. Yeah. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about
One
Marquette.
more.
Oh, Landon's. I pulled the brake on the train too soon there.
In Baldwin, there's a pretty cool Pure Marquette historic depot, an old original Y, they call it, because
An old original Y?
they call it WYE, which
Okay.
is like curves one direction goes west and one direction goes to the storage track. That used to go all the way up to Big Rapids and Reed City. And eventually Saginaw. But that's all gone. But they still have the original Y left. That's all that's left.
And then a
In
high
Baldwin, Michigan.
and tracks to nowhere from there, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ghost track. All right.
And one more thing, and Baldwin is pretty cool C&O, or Pure Marquette and C&O both, named Colin Towers. Unfortunately abandoned, but is still standing to this day from like coal era.
Coal era of the trains, huh?
Yes.
Was that post steam or was that steam?
That was steam.
Okay. So then we're talking.
Like the beginning into like 1930s when it stopped.
So we're pushing 100 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. When you're 90 plus, pushing 100 years. Great. Hey, sounds like some people have some trips they need to take.
Yes.
Okay. Hey. Thank you, Landon. Again, as always, we invite your listeners to comment below in your video. If there's anything we need to address, we will gladly read those comments and comment and reply to those in our next show. Speaking of our next show, I wish you all a great day. I'm going to go ahead and say it, Landon.
Railfan Landon out.